The Big Sick is a romantic comedy starring Pakistani Muslim actor Kumail Nanjiani and tells the true story of how he met and fell in love with his real-life wife. We're here at the ArcLight Cinemas in Hollywood for its red carpet premiere. Why did you decide to bring your true life story for the millions of audiences to see?
Millions? Oh my God, what a joy that would be if we got millions. I hadn't seen a movie or a story like this, and what we'd sort of gone through was such a specific, strange thing that I knew that if we were able to tell this story right, we'd have a movie that was unique, that I hadn't seen before. So that was sort of the impetus to try and do it.
It's a real story, and that makes it, just a little more special. And just to be a part of it, and it's kind of, it's speaking to something today, but something that's going on, but it's not trying to. It's really about love and relationships and family, and yet underneath it there's a little bit of a nice message to it all. So that's what's cool about it. So 9/11. I've always wanted to have a conversation with people.
You've never talked to people about 9/11?
I felt that it was other in a way that Kumail and Emily really knew the inside track of, and I didn't as an audience member, and I loved that. I wanted to make the jump with them into the story. The script had that invitation to it. It was luring me along.
I loved the script and I loved the story. When I went in for my audition, I really just thought that Michael and Kumail were the coolest guys, and I wanted to be in a room with them for longer.
Are you judging Pakistan's next top model?
You know how we have arranged marriage in my culture?
Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Can you imagine a world in which we end up together?
I don't know.
I just thought it was a very unique, original love story. Everything about it, I thought, I haven't heard this before. And Emily and Kumail are so sincere and sweet, and they love each other so much, and they have this really bizarre way their whole thing started.
The movie is based on both of you and Kumail's real life story.
That's right.
What was it like seeing the scenes where you were in a coma play out in real life and what Kumail went through?
That was certainly interesting. When we were writing the movie, that was when I first got a sense of this is what you were doing while I was actually sick, because I had not really thought about it before. Selfish me, I was kind of focused on my own coma. So that was in writing it was actually really interesting to talk to my own actual parents and to talk to Kumail about what was every day like. What were you doing when you were kind of waiting for me to get better? What was happening? What were you eating? Where were you going? And so it was really kind of surreal to see that play out on screen, for sure.
Thank you, Kumail. We're going to handle things from here.
I think I'm just gonna wait anyway.
You guys broke up. I'm not sure why you're here.
I'm just gonna stay for a second. Is this seat? Okay. Is that lady still looking at me?
Talk to us a little bit about the casting of Holly Hunter and Ray Romano. Were they always the choices for these characters?
Yeah, as we started developing those roles, we always knew that Ray Romano and Holly Hunter were who we wanted for those parts, and we were lucky that they said yes.
Ray's a very easy guy to love, and it was a bit effortless to be around him and to work with him, and he's so funny. And that was true with Kumail too. They were just a joy.
It was great to work with Kumail because he's a comedian also, and we did a lot of, a Judd Apatow thing, you do a bunch of improv, and we got to do a bunch, and it was fun. And then Holly Hunter, I got to be intimidated by her presence. Not by her, because she's a doll, but just she's an Academy Award winner. And I don't know how I snuck in there with her, but I did. You got to call the games.
No, I've
You
never.
ever play it? You can't rhyme it. You try to find a word that nobody can rhyme.
Okay.
And then-
Stonehenge.
Yeah, see, you would win.
Yeah.
Your character is a big fan of X-Files. What was your experience like when you actually got to be on the show?
Oh my God, dream come true. I met David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson and Chris Carter and I met everybody. It was best case scenario. I mean, what a dream. I still can't talk about it without getting emotional.
I wonder who that could be.
I'm guessing it's a young single Pakistani woman.
This is Zubeda.
For your files?
Your X-Files?
That's your favorite show, huh?
The truth is out there.
I love Silicon Valley. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience working on that show?
I mean, it's a dream job, right? I mean, to have a job and then to have a job on a show that you are a fan of, that you'd watch even if you weren't in, with people that I'm truly, truly, really great friends with, who I'm a fan of. I've been a fan of Mike Judge's long as I can remember, and it's just a dream come true. It's like the best job possible.
Dinesh is a total nerd and not very good with the ladies. Is there anything about him that you identify with, or you ever were like him?
Yeah, all that stuff. I identify with him because he's a nerd who's not good with ladies. I was never good with ladies, and I'm a nerd. I mean, all the stuff I like is all very nerdy. So Dinesh, to me, is kind of how I was a few years ago.
How was it like when you did meet his parents in real life?
Really lovely, really lovely. They're such good people, and I think by the time we met them, they kind of understood we'd been through a lot and they'd been through a lot, so we kind of just bonded weirdly over the fact that all of us were in this kind of odd situation, and it's been 10 years now, and they're my parents. I mean, they're the best.
Well, that does it for the LA premiere of The Big Sick. Be sure to catch it in theaters on June 23rd.